We continue on the road to the future games presented by Publix. Cory McCartney, joined by Prep Baseball Alabama's Austin Sharp and Austin. Evan Malone, the second-ranked right-hander in Alabama in 2026 out of Northridge, will be making the trip to LakePoint Sports July 24th to 28th. Take me inside the Arsenal and what landed him a spot on Team Alabama.
Yeah, he's a big. I mean, you think about the jump that he's made over the last year. He's put on some really good weight. I think he's probably 6'2", over 200 pounds now. And then with the Arsenal, he's been up to 92, I think, at Lake Point this summer. Pitches upper 80s, can run it up to the low 90s, and has a good slider. It's a long, loose arm. He's been a guy who's been on our radar for the past few years. Trying to see, looking down the road who's going to be on our future games team. And Evan's been one of those guys towards the top in terms of our pitchers, and he's just continued to get better. He had a good spring this year for Northridge. They had a really good season, and he was a big part of it. And he's just continued to take step after step. He's put on good weight and working up to 92 with a really good slider. There's a lot of good pieces that we think college coaches will like.
Yeah, that's an underrated part of it, right? You guys are trying to provide an opportunity. You guys are trying to put the best team that you can out there. We all know this is ultimately about putting these kids in front of these college coaches. What does it mean to you guys to kind of watch what unfolds after the future games and to see these guys find spots at the next level?
It's awesome. I mean, that's probably one of the favorite parts of our job is, after August 1st and you get those, texts from college coaches, can you get me this guy's number? And then, 2 or 3 days later, some of those guys are committed. And it's kind of like Christmas and August, kind of seeing who goes off the board quickly and where they end up. So it's definitely a really cool part to see.
Well, before Christmas in August, we got Christmas in July for these players and a big opportunity for Evan Malone. Great stuff, Austin. Now let's hear from Evan. And repping Alabama in the future games is going to be Evan Malone. Evan, man, appreciate the time.
Thank you. Good to be on here.
So you're here a lot playing for Excel Blue Wave at LakePoint Sports.
Yes,
going to be decidedly different when you're here for the future games. What's the excitement level and what are the expectations?
It's just a great opportunity to be coming out here and just able to show my stuff. I always hear about all these people that come through here that end up being committed to big D1 programs, and just something I want to be able to be a part of and hopefully go out there and do my best.
A lot of the scouting reports and you talk about controlled mechanics, and this is going to be an environment where you can only control what you can control. How do you kind of plan on staying within yourself when you go out in that environment?
Just always trying to slow myself down, not trying to do too much, just going out there and being myself, trusting the process and knowing that what I've done to get here has worked out great for me, and just knowing that that'll be what keeps me in line.
Let's talk about the stuff a little bit. Got the fastball into the 90s, got the slider, change up, the curves at 2200 spin. What do you feel like is the best secondary pitch, and what are you working on now?
My changeup is the pitch that I think has the most upside. I've still got to really hone in and get to where I'm able to consistently throw it for strikes, but right now yeah, curveball has been my best pitch throughout the recent, but I feel like if I can get the changeup dialed in, it's got the most liveliness and good. I think it's my best pitch when it's on, so that's basically going to be what I need to figure out.
Tell me about the curveball a little bit. When do you know that thing is 100%
on? Just when I'm landing it in the zone early in counts, able to throw it whenever I feel that somebody's sitting on fastball, and just that's about it.
Tell me a little bit about influences along the way. When you were coming up as a pitcher, who were those guys that you kind of looked at, that you kind of tried to take pieces of and put into your own game?
I always liked Jacob deGrom. Growing up, I always tried to imitate him and his mechanics, and just how I really like the way he always shows himself out on the mound and the way he just competes. And that's someone that I watched growing up, along with always liked growing up watching Noah Syndergaard because of the hair. I used to have the hair like that, but not anymore. Can't pull it off anymore, but I like the Mets. I'm a big Mets fan.
You also get third base, outfield. I know you got exit velos into the 90s there. Any two-way thoughts at the next level?
Not as of right now. I think I'm more suited as a pitcher, but you never know. I mean, it's always good to just continue doing whatever you want, and never know. Maybe so.
All right, I want to see you take us through what you do on the mound. So let's get that ball in your hand and have a show us your grips.
Yes, sir. Sounds good. So I got the four-seam fastball, just traditional, just close fingers, just try and let it backspin, get that spin on it. Curveball is just traditional, normal curveball, just feel it, spin it over the top. I throw a slider it's kind of in between a slider and a cutter, but I play with it. It's kind of just like in that horseshoe right there, and just feel it kind of like a fastball to the last second, get that tilt on it, get it as much like a fastball as I can, and then change up. I just throw four-seam change up, right? Same thing as a fastball just about, but just on that groove, and try and get that pointer finger right on that seam and just let it work off that. That's about it.
Evan, man, great stuff. Appreciate it. If you're not already, make sure you follow LakePoint Sports on all our social media channels. Hit that subscribe button on YouTube, and you get so much more happening here on campus.